Alright, what's up guys? Your boy Big Steve. We back at it here at another episode of LabTalks. I got a very special guest, one of my close homies, my boy BMAC pulled up.
What's up?
Well, we put up on him actually. We put up on him this time. How you doing, bro?
Welcome to the store.
Appreciate you.
Man.
So we're here at a Dated, Faded, and Worn, possibly one of the best vintage stores in Dallas, in my opinion. But yeah, man, glad we finally able to, pull up on you, bro. Like I said, I've been here before, and I was like, we definitely got to do a video here, just because the vibes in here are crazy. So for the people who don't know, BMAC, how long you had this shop? For about
8 months now.
Okay.
Yeah, going on 9 next month. So it'll be a year and a 4th of July weekend. I'm looking forward to actually trying to get some stuff planned out early right now for that. So yeah.
No, thanks. We're hyped, bro. It's not even a year, but you're already making a lot of noise in here in Dallas.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So you've been here 8 months, but I remember you were doing a lot of shows, right?
Yes,
before that.
So this all started 2016 to date of me hosting events in the vintage community, and from there I was blessed to be able to have an opportunity to be able to open up a store here in Deep Ellum, and since then, like you said, I mean, it's making a lot of noise. That's all we can hope to do, and that's what we've been seeing. So I appreciate the community first and foremost too. So for shopping and showing love, coming, even if you don't buy nothing, take a little video of the nostalgia.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
And it is, bro.
In, so.
One thing that I love about your store, bro, is as soon as I walk in here, it instantly gives me that 90s vibe.
Yep.
Because you have so much memorabilia that people forget about. You feel me?
Yeah.
Not just vintage clothes, but he has the Power Rangers that I was seeing over there.
Right.
A lot of sports memorabilia too that we love. The OG cowboy days. You feel me? Late 90s, early 90s.
And I feel who can't just how can you dislike that?
Of course, right.
In any kind of way, somebody can relate to that. I love to see when families come in the store,
right, and
their kids come in and just Mom, who is that? And they're just oh, that's the Ninja Turtles. And then I hear a little quick story about how made an impact on her life, or just anything like that. It just fits along. And that's why we do collect that stuff. We don't sell it, but we do collect it for just for the vibe.
For that purpose, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Fit with the clothes.
I love that though. It gives the whole store that aesthetic. You feel me? Like you said, you build relationships just with people that, for example, the parents were growing up and they're like, oh, I had this back in the day.
Yeah, I had this back in the day. Or like the starter jackets, the puffers. Those are a good one. I mean, if I hear one more time of a family coming in and say oh, I got my Cowboys starter jacket stolen in high school, I'll be oh man, one of these probably one of theirs.
It might be it. Yeah, I know sold 10 of them probably.
Yeah, no facts. So in the 90s, apparently they was getting stolen all the time. But
it was such a hot piece though.
Yeah, really. I mean, the Cowboys winning, and then you got a fire starter jacket with the 3/4. I'll show you one. Yeah.
No, they're fire. I see you got a couple.
Fire.
You got a couple of them.
Yeah.
And you can't go even to this day. People are looking for them. They're so sought out after, just because like I said, to me the vintage stuff has always been in game. You feel me? People just we don't get a lot of this quality that we were getting back in the day. So I feel like people just be let me just go back and get the actual piece.
Right.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do today, just a little different. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that BMAC has in store, a little bit about the store, and then he's just gonna show us some of his favorite pieces and some of the stuff all around the store. So you guys tuning in can get a more feel of how the store is. You definitely got to come check it out. Like I said, they're located here in Deep Ellum.
Yep.
So first thing, just wanted to ask, what made you want to go the store route?
Okay, to go to the store, it definitely was first off a big jump. It was definitely a sacrifice on what was going on currently at that life at that time. But I do. I mean, my team really made this all just easy for me. Shout out to Shane. Shout out to Tyler. And then my homie Sean for investing into this opportunity too. So I can't leave these names out to help this actually be here. So without those guys, they just made it a much easier decision and process to make this happen. Now we were delayed for 2 years because it was right in the middle of COVID. We signed our lease, and right after I signed the lease, literally that next week, whole nation shut down. So the timing of that was so crazy, and we had a bunch of hurdles to go through in that process, and I learned a lot in that process. Life lessons now, to where patience is a whole different word for me. So it's But to be here right now and y'all coming here at a really good time too, just got our posters that we'll show, you know, it's a really good feeling to be here now and appreciating those guys for, you know, assisting.
No, for real. Shout out to them. You know, like I said, stores like this, you know, definitely takes a team, especially a loyal team, someone that you can just trust in.
Right.
And, you know, y'all killed it, man. Like, y'all do a hell of a good job. And it's good seeing the store, you know, grow. From last time I was in here, I could definitely see, like, it just looks like, wow, so many more pieces in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, like I said, it grabs the attention, you know, as it should. Want to talk about a little about your history, bro?
Yeah.
What got you into vintage, or, like, just, like, mainly that?
Back in when I was playing college basketball, I was coming in to Dallas from Tarleton State on the weekends to attend like sneaker events, and I would only be having like my size 13, so I was only there selling and like personal vendor. Like I just want to see something that I'm done with rocking, so I wasn't heavy into it, but along with that, I would always bring me a rack of throwback jerseys with it. So in that process, I realized that it was kind of a little bit different at the time. I mean, there was a lot of you know, hype clothing and stuff like that. So just to start that process of hearing different stories of, oh, Grant Hill, you know, he was rookie of the year with Jason Kidd. You know, just like, well, I know that, but I'm glad you know that too. But just starting to hear those stories, like I was relating to on the Power Rangers at that time. This was around 2012. And so I just started to grow my rack just a little bit more per event. I started to realize that the streetwear side was doing good, especially on the sports. Which is my first love into this whole vintage culture, is the sports tees. And from there, I was just like, man, it'd be nice to host just an event specialized just for vintage streetwear. And that's where that process happened, and learned a lot in that process too, like in that whole deal there and the upcoming of the event. So
you learned a lot, I bet, right?
And I appreciate everything that I learned too. You know what I'm saying? Is I don't have no regrets in my life. You know, I look at everything as a learning lesson. So.
That's super dope. Like, that's a pretty big step from going to just like vending at the events to actually having your own event.
Right. And I learned so much that we're now it's like a piece of cake now. You know, so it's. So that's been
pretty much
the history on it, but sports because of basketball.
Big basketball fan.
Huge basketball fan.
For the people who don't know, my boy has to be the biggest Dennis Rodman fan that I know.
Oh man!
I'm talking about every time I see him, he has a different piece. He has something, you know, Rodman, you know, related. And talk to me about that, bro. Why is Dennis Rodman such a big impact to you?
Okay, so that's a really good question, because especially how we just left off on the last question you asked. So Dennis Rodman was brought up in Dallas, South Oak Cliff. So the fact that I am in Dallas and he's from Dallas, that's cool too. Okay, now it gets better. The coach who actually grabbed him, Lon Reisman, out of the streets of Dallas, Texas, took him to a small school in Oklahoma. Got to watch that 30 for 30 if y'all haven't on that. Y'all understand a little bit more. But that coach was coaching me at Tarleton State.
Oh, really?
So that same coach, I would hear different stories about Dennis Rodman before I could say I was a fan or a collector. You know, it was more like, hey, you see where he is now. I brought him out of the streets of Dallas, and you know, he's where he is now because of that coach that coached me. So it was really cool for that. And then I run into him just so happily at the Cigar International in the Colony.
Wow.
Just crazy timing, and I had some of my stuff with me. Got to meet it, chop it up with him, and that would put it over the top. Because when I got to meet him, see how cool and chill he was, and really, you know, get to see him and talk to him from the personal aspect. It was just an amazing experience, and from there it even like it took off the collection even more. So
you were just so hyped, just because it's literally your idol, right? By the way,
I mean, basketball. I mean, it was just I like that he, if anything about his personality is that he did whatever the heck he wanted to do. You know what I mean? And he wasn't going to be sold completely as a basketball player, known as a basketball player, you know. And that's something that I can appreciate. You know?
In fact, he kept it real. He kept it real at all times.
All times.
Yeah. So the people who haven't seen the 30 for 30, I'm pretty sure y'all seen The Last Dance. We got a little glimpse to see how Dennis Rodman was, his persona, and you know how much Michael, even though he was who he is, he respected him so much because he knew what he brought to the table. I was gonna wait till the end of the video, but since we heard you were a big Dennis Rodman fan, my boy Lando and everybody, we got you a little gift, bro.
Oh, nice.
We're hoping you don't have it, bro.
I do not have this.
So this is all Dennis Rodman tattoos.
Man. Appreciate y'all. No, that's mad love. I do not have this one in the archive, so this one is gonna have a good home. You already know that.
Every shop I was like, I didn't try stuff already.
Appreciate it.
And where were we at? Round 2?
Round 2.
Shout out Round 2 Vintage. They happen to have exactly what we needed.
Wow, this is amazing. I appreciate y'all. This is a crazy surprise for real. I was not expecting this.
It's going to a good home.
Like,
as I just saw.
I think y'all appreciate it. No, it goes to the collection. That's what the point is, and that's the reason why I have it. So, this means a lot. Hits for real home for me, fellas.
It goes to a good home, man.
Nice.
We appreciate collectors like that. So anytime we get something that we can throw in there that'll, they can collect, why not, right?
Oh, thank you, man.
All right, so now my boy BMAC is going to talk about some of his favorite tees that you can find here at his shop. Just showing you a little bit of the variety that he carries, so like that you guys are familiar with what he has in his store. So
and then before you see it, none of these are personals. I'm glad that I didn't bring no personal, so you think that there's nothing I pulled to the side. This is stuff you can actually cop in the store. So
perfect.
I mean, how can you go wrong with this? I mean,
that's crazy.
Loud, really loud, liquid blue. I love that one right there in store. And I'm R&B, I listen to funk and R&B. One thing about being raised in Dayton, Ohio, capital of funk music, R&B and funk is my life, for real. Every day I really listen to that stuff. So Tina Turner, you can't go wrong right here. Tour dates on the back. Then, like I said, Rodman, they got this one in store right now. This is a good one. You usually see this one in white. Black is a kind of more rare one that came out. So this one's a really good one. You can cop in the store. And like I said, R&B to the end, to the heart. And we in Dallas, so having a little bit of Erykah Badu for the flavors is always good too. She cop this right here in store. Female R&B, hey,
Janet.
So I got the Janet Jackson. This is a tour tee right here, so you can cop all of these. Now all of these are 90s t-shirts too. So, and I'll show going to the sports side. Fun fact, I played ice hockey in Ohio for 6 years. So hockey is actually my second favorite sport after basketball. Only because basketball paid for scholarships. So. All right, but I got the Dallas Stars, Magic Johnson tee, all over print. This is that loud, all over print style that really is popular here at the store for sure. And just to follow that up right there, same thing. Got this loud tie dye. Lithuania, got the basketball on there too, so it just tied right in to what we were just talking about too. Can cop this at the store as well. And I happen to just actually bring bigger sizes too, just to show that we also have bigger sizes as well. I don't know if y'all peeped that or not.
No, that's big on me. I'm a 2X, so it's so hard to find vintage tees in 2XL.
True, that's very true. Not everything is true to size because being 20 years old, some of them have been washed and recycled so many times. It's not really true to size, but we do. I mean, that's one thing that I want to make sure I keep in the shop. Being a big guy is that I want to make sure I have some stuff out here everybody can cop.
We need drip too. You feel me?
Yeah.
No, bro. Love the pieces.
Appreciate
I said, these are just some of the stuff that you can find here. But I'm talking about, windbreakers, denom, old denim.
Lots of band tees, tour tees. I'm only mentioning stuff that I can relate to. But hey, there's a whole lot of, there's a huge section of stuff that I'm learning more about in the culture too as well. So even to this day, I'm still learning about the pop culture that happened back then based off of a t-shirt I come across too. So
you learn so much in this business. I think I could see that just because you come across a tee that you had no clue existed. And then to see it, it's oh shit, it's pretty dope.
I didn't know Reba was a singer. She was just a straight actor because I seen her in that time frame, and she did both. She rocked them both. So shirts, t-shirts sell a whole lot too. So.
Okay, that's what's up. Now I want to talk a little bit about behind us. So here are some of the posters that he carries. All of these posters are super vintage, from back in the days, and in pristine condition actually. Sick to see.
We just put together our hometown wall here. So we got just a little bit of a hometown flavor all up on there on the back wall there. And
That's fine.
it took us some time to collect it, but we wanted to make sure it was right before we
Present
put
it
it all
properly.
together. Absolutely.
Okay.
So great timing on you guys,
Yeah.
like too, and everything too. So
everything happens for a reason. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Here are some of the OG Power Rangers we were talking about.
And watching this video, I'm missing 2 in this year. I think there's 93, the green and the red Ranger. I think the white one came a little bit later on in there, but I need the green and the red Ranger. 92, 93, I need them.
Crazy, he's older than I am, 96. Nah, but dope. So yeah, guys, that's a little bit of BMAC store, dated, faded, and worn. Like I said, a really close friend to us. It comes through the lab all the time.
Appreciate you.
And appreciate you, bro. Before we leave, just let them know where they can find you, your socials and all that.
Yeah, so personal B214Mac on Instagram, and then the business that you're here to see and get to show you guys, Dated, Faded, Worn on Instagram, and then we're here at the store, Dated, Faded, Worn store. The store page has this teal background. The events page we started off with, we talked about, has the white background.
The white background, correct. So yeah, you can find my boy there, and he's always here at the shop too. Loves kicking it here, so you can definitely find him here. Chop it up with him. Like I said, my boy, it's like a history book in his mind, bro. Like, he can just tell you about anything in here, and it's super dope to be able to chop it up with someone who respects it so much, and you can just feel the authenticity in here.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you guys again for tuning in. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. We're going to be working with a lot more people, so especially locally. So like I said, you can catch us at maybe one of your favorite stores. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Peace.